The Deputy President William Ruto yesterday held a meeting with Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, who is the former governor of the Central Bank of Kenya, at his official residence in Karen. That meeting is significant, politically speaking. So in this video today, I want us to look at the significance of this meeting, the objective it was intended to achieve, because personally, I think the Deputy President wanted to send a coded message to President Uhuru Kenyatta and to Kenyans. But before we do that, if you are watching this channel for the first time, please, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Now let us get back to serious issue. The Deputy President yesterday held a meeting with Professor Njuguna Ndung'u. That meeting was significant because of three main reasons. Number one was the timing. The meeting came at a time when President Uhuru Kenyatta is actually outside the country. And when the president is outside the country, who is supposed to be the acting president? Constitutionally, William Ruto is supposed to be the acting president. But practically, it is Fred Okengo Matiang'i who is the acting president. So by meeting Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, who is a former central bank governor, the Deputy President was sending a message to Kenyans and to the president that indeed he is in charge and is busy working. That's number one. Number two, this meeting came at a time when members of parliament, allied to the Deputy President William Ruto, from the larger Mount Kenya region, are actually putting demands to the Deputy President on several issues. And one of the issues they are putting demands on is the state of economy of the people of the larger Mount Kenya region and the region at large. The meeting yesterday was about the economy. And the Deputy President strategically chose a Kikuyu professional to talk about the economy of the country. And I'm going to read for you that particular statement. Number three, it's also significant because it was the first time the Deputy President was coming out publicly to unveil a professional who is working very closely with him. That's significant because remember, the allies of the Deputy President from the larger Mount Kenya region were left out of William Ruto's strategy team. And they were not very happy about it. And basically the demands they are putting was as a result of being locked out of William Ruto's strategy meeting. So the Deputy President was telling them that despite the fact that you are not part of that strategy meeting, I have several other strategy teams. And one of the strategy teams is working on the economy. And one of your guy is taking a lead in that. Let me just read for you the statement which the Deputy President issued after that meeting. He says, the state of the global economy demands new thinking, bold ideas, and fresh paradigms. We must include more Kenyans in the growth of our country. This is why we are proposing a bottom-up approach to the economy. This approach will ensure more resources are invested in the grassroots, greater economic participation, and expansion of the tax base. It is gratifying to see economic experts endorsing this approach and expressing willingness to partner with us to actualize this revolution. He's concluding, held talks with former central bank governor, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, who pledged to help develop the new economic model through the African Economic Research Consortium, Karen in Nairobi. So basically, Njuguna Ndung'u is going to work with William Ruto as a consultant through his research team, which is the African Research Consortium. So Njuguna Ndung'u is going to work very closely with William Ruto to develop his economy. So basically, I think the deputy president has started working on his manifesto. Remember, since President Uhuru Kenyatta, since Mwai Kibaki took over, the Central Bank of Kenya governor has never come outside the larger Mount Kenya region. So that's also significant. But what do you think was the objective of this meeting? That's the most important thing. This meeting was actually intended to achieve 4 objectives. The first objective was to dissociate William Ruto from President Uhuru Kenyatta. Let me just read for you a part of this. The deputy president is saying, this is why we are proposing bottom-up approach to develop the economy. This approach will ensure more resources are invested in grassroots, greater economic participation, and an expansion of the tax base. So basically, it's dissociating from President Uhuru Kenyatta. But let me explain to you how he's doing this. Professor Njuguna Ndung'u served as the governor of the Central Bank of Kenya between 2007 and 2015. So basically, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u is being associated with the Mwai Kibaki era. So basically, the deputy president is reminding Kenyans that Mwai Kibaki worked very closely with professionals to develop economic blueprints. That's what the deputy president is trying to do here, to try to dissociate from President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because again, for those who are keenly following Twitter, yesterday, the same yesterday, there were debates in this country, especially on online, especially on Twitter, about the performance of President Uhuru Kenyatta and the performance of Kibaki. The people close to the president were actually trying to outshine Mwai Kibaki. So they crafted graphics of what President Uhuru Kenyatta has done since he took over, basically dwarfing what Mwai Kibaki achieved. But the deputy president is now coming out with a former central bank governor who served during the Kibaki era. So he's telling Uhuru Kenyatta, your government has failed in the line of economy. Kibaki is being remembered in this country as one guy who revived the economy. Njuguna Ndung'u is probably one of the guys who played a key role during the Kibaki era to ensure that the economy, which was at its deathbed during the Kanu era, managed to rise again. So that's number one. Number two, I think the deputy president is now also telling Kenyans, and this is a coded message to Kenyans, that he has escalated his campaign from what he used to do now to be more professional. The deputy president has always been accused of just taking everybody to Karen, telling Kenyans, oh, we are going to do this, we are going to do this. So I think his next stage now, we are going to see a team of professionals dealing with the economy, a team of professionals going to deal with the infrastructure, for example, another team of professionals who are going to deal with the education sector. So basically, the deputy president is telling Kenyans that for me, I'm ready for the presidency. And I'm already working on my manifesto. On the economy, I'm going to work with the professionals. Because it's very rare. The fact of the matter is that it's normally very rare to find professionals working around the deputy president. I'm not saying that he's not working with them. If he's been working with them, then he's been working with them privately. And now, for the first time, the deputy president is saying it is gratifying to see economic experts endorsing this approach and expressing willingness to partner with us to actualize this revolution. Is concluding that held talks with the former central bank governor, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, who pledged to help develop the new economic model through the African Economic Research Consortium. So he's telling Kenyans that he's now going to start working with the professionals. Number three, I think the deputy president is also assuring the Kikuyu community through Professor Njuguna Ndung'u that he's going to involve them in his strategy. Remember, the deputy president was being accused of locking out his key allies from the larger Mount Kenya region from the strategy team, that he was aligning them. Now we have Professor Njuguna Ndung'u coming out as the economic advisor. So basically, what the deputy president is telling them, that if I become the president today, the guy who is going to oversee the economy of this country, or probably the cabinet secretary for finance, is going to be Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, who is one of you. Why are you worried? He's going to be in charge of the economy. He's going to craft economic model, so you can work with him to include the issues affecting the larger Mount Kenya region. So that's the other message he's sending. And lastly, I think the deputy president is now escalating his campaign from a mere talk of hustler, because he's been talking of the bottom-up approach. So I think he's now crafting a team, and I'm sure it's not only Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, he's going to craft a team which is going to model the bottom-up approach. Because remember, even the US President Biden talked about this model, and the deputy president has been very vocal on the bottom-up approach. Because the question Kenyans have been asking is, how are you going to involve Mama Mboga in this economy, in this your model? Because you've been telling Kenyans that, okay, we have a model here, and this model, we are going to give money to the youths, we are going to give money to the poor, we are going to involve the ordinary Kenyans in the management of the affairs of the country. The question has been, how are you going to do this? So the deputy president is responding to them by now coming up with professionals who are going to craft this model and fashion it, so that when he gets out to speak, then he'll be talking on how this approach can actually work. I don't know what you think. And yesterday, I did a video on the Building Bridges Initiative process. Who is sabotaging the Building Bridges Initiative process? IBC responded. And in their response, the IBC are saying that for them, they received 7 copies from the BBI task force. And again, later on, they received other copies. So for them, they are not to be blamed. They threw back the blame to the Building Bridges Initiative team. So in my next video, I think I need to go into the details about this IBC response, the casual response to this particular blame. Because the fact of the matter is very simple. If IBC received the Building Bridges Initiative document, that's the document which they were supposed to send to the counties. So if the Building Bridges Initiative process team also submitted a document to IBC, and there's no way they can actually verify that this is the document we sent to IBC, then we have now talks of counties talking of debating on documents which are totally not documents. Then who is to blame? This is something I'm going to follow very closely. I don't know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts. And to one man called Nasa, how you are doing a good job. I think you now need to start concentrating on your content. It's good. Please, I'll support you wherever you want. I'll support you improve. Of course, you know, I've always supported you from the outside on how you can improve your channel. But it's not fair to wait for me to do a video every time just to try and respond. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.